I'm about my money, I'm about my cash. Eyes glued to the future, middle finger to the past. More jewels on the wrist, with a neck full of chains. Having these friends, all I need is champagne.
That's right, I'm back. We're tuning into another episode of Thoughts of Dizzy. Yes. And I want to just get this out the way real quick. For those that have liked, subscribed, shared, or left comments on any recent videos, I greatly appreciate it. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart, because that means that, you know, what I'm doing, you do like, you do approve of, but most importantly, just, you know, helping the brother get to the next stage of this thing, right? With that being said, I wanted to cover something. I wanted to tell you guys about something that's going to be coming in the near future, but I wanted to kind of explain my take on a couple things, and what that is stories from my bro. I did some stories from my bro videos on that I haven't released yet. I was going to release them on the Notion podcast, but I felt like that really wasn't the wave with the podcast. So I saved them for Thoughts of Dizzy. So when I do release those, it's going to say the Notion podcast, but just understand that it is, you know, it's basically a Thoughts of Dizzy, right? So the stories from my bro is basically inspired by one of my close friends, like a brother to me. And he's just been telling me he's single, you know, no kids, hardworking. And no, this is not an advertisement for you females. I'm just explaining. He just has some wild dating experiences, and after certain things would happen, he would call me and be like, man, you'll never guess what happened. I'd be like, nah, you lying, there's no way. And he'd be like, yeah, man, this is crazy. And so I was like, bro, you got to tell your story. He's not really one to be on camera, so he's like, man, you just tell it. And I was like, all right, dog, I'm gonna really give it the green light. So now he be texting me stuff like, man, I got another episode for you. But basically, it's just gonna be about some of the crazy things that my boy has dealt with, and I even might mix in like other stories that homies want me to share, but they don't want to put themselves out there like that. But basically, what I wanted to say before you guys start seeing these videos and they start to air, like, I need you guys to understand, women, all right? We'll talk about the fellas because it ain't just one side, but let's talk about like the elephant in every room. There's a lot of women out here that a lot of women celebrated, but a lot of women just was all, you know, panties in a bunch over what Kevin Samuels was talking about. And I think the women that did understand have a certain mindset, and that's the ideal, attractive mindset that a lot of men want. Now, I want to explain to you ladies that the black ladies, all right, black women, that's who I'm more familiar with. That's what I've grown up around. Sorry, if you're not black, you're more than welcome to listen to this, because you might be able to relate by your own personal experience. But sisters, what I'm saying is, I don't think it's all of you guys, and I think a lot of it is social media, but it's so influential right now, so I got to speak on what's being seen. A lot of y'all out here talking about y'all need a man that makes a certain amount of money. And I know that you've heard so many people that look like me with a microphone saying, but what do you bring to the table? Like, no, like, I'm not finna do that. You should know that already. But what I will say is, what do you, no, I'm just playing. But what I'm basically getting at is, you need to understand what those men like. I hear so much complaining about how dating is hard and all of these other things, but how selfless are you to sit down and study what you want, instead of calling yourself, and I say this with air quotes if you're listening, attracting what you want to you? Look, this ain't The Secret, all right? This ain't no magnet type of situation. Why do you guys, you ladies, think it's okay to chase after everything else that you want, but nah, you know, whatever man is lucky enough to have me, he'll find me? And that's crazy, because y'all don't let a job find y'all apply for one. You don't let food show up to you. You go to the fridge, or hopefully somebody is gonna, you know, get you a meal. And yes, Cheesecake Factory does have meals. Everything else that you do, if it's a car that you want, you save up for it and you damn near have a vision board. But when it comes to the man that you want, you expect him to just drop out of the sky like a care package on Call of Duty. That's crazy. That's just insane. What you should be doing, because I don't have no problem giving women advice. I'm not here to tear women down. I'm actually here to help myself. I'm a married man, so I can tell you what I think. You need to, all the things that you think a man should be doing, you should try doing some of it. Not all of it, but some of it. At least the stuff that makes sense, right? Find out what he's interested in. And when I say he, the man that you have visioned in your head, right? If you're like, man, I want a guy that knows how to play the guitar and fight and read the Bible. Okay, well, you might want to go to some open mics, or you might want to go to some events where some local people are doing their thing and hope that they love God and, you know, they got a black belt. I'm just saying. The point is you should find out what the people like that you like or you think you like, because a lot of times we think we like something and when we experience it, we realize we hate it. So, ladies, why don't you do that? If you like guys that are into art, why aren't you at art galleries or art gatherings or whatever? If you like anime, believe it or not, there's women out there that like anime. There's nice looking women out there that like anime, all right? Well, I don't think they have a hard time because they go to Comic-Con and all that other stuff. But the point is go where go to the environment that you're going to find what you're looking for. Y'all don't go to AutoZone to find clothes and buy clothes, do you? No, you go to the mall. You know, okay, this is where I need to go to get closer to what I have in my head, visioned in my head. I'm just saying. So I give that message to you ladies because, you know, the stories from my bro or my boy, I could tell that the common denominator is, you know, these ladies not really truly knowing what they want. And also settling. Ladies, you're supposed to settle. Yep, I said it. You're supposed to settle. I don't care what you're talking about. I don't care what book you read. You are supposed to settle. You are supposed to settle. You know why? Because people are supposed to settle. It ain't just you. Men, children, everybody is supposed to settle. And I don't know when settle became a bad thing. It's probably because that one rich person that was so inspiring said, I'm not going to settle for living in a tent. I'm going to make something of myself. So now people said, well, I'm not settling for Kool-Aid and hot dogs and whatever. I don't know. But settle has never been a bad thing. When you're talking to somebody that's being a little bit too much, you tell them to settle down. You know, and they say when the dust settles, that means when the calm is here, right? Settle can be used in a way that makes sense rather than it sounding derogatory or, you know, beneath you. But you're supposed to settle. Most people would love a lavish meal every single night if they had the ability to do that. So guess what they're doing? Settle. Everybody drives a car. Most of us have a car, but everybody has a dream car. And most of us are not in our dream car. Settle. A lot of us live in areas we don't want to live in, but it's the area that we can afford, and the safe is based off what we can afford, right? Settle. I'm just saying. Sometimes you don't want to fight. You just running your mouth too much and there's nowhere to run. Settle. And I'm just playing. But what I'm saying is that just because you don't get exactly in detail what you want doesn't mean you lost. It doesn't mean you're settling for less. I purposely left less out to just explain, you know, in greater detail about settling. But, yeah, I want to have a lot of these relationship conversations, mainly because I am married and I do care about the black family. I care if everybody has love and cool, but that ain't none of my business. I'm B1 black first. And I care about the black family. I care about having a mother and the father in the home and creating a healthy environment and in true community and support, you know, good families that support each other and that are there for each other. And it can't happen, or it'll never start if we can't be together. You know, how can we have a community and we can't even communicate 1 to 2? You know what I'm saying? Just 2 people. So I'll have a lot of these conversations on Thoughts of Dizzy. Definitely going to share the stories with you guys. Ladies, let me know how much you disagree with my perspective on settling. I'm telling you, I don't think settling is a bad thing. Just like if you cop one of these Lavore Cole hats, I guarantee you're going to be like, oh, I didn't settle. Maybe I was probably settling wearing Nike and whatever. I'm just saying. But I'm definitely open to hear respectful conversation in the comments, even though everybody ain't going to follow the rules. And let me know what you think. And we can have this conversation. I might even go live with it one day. Anyways, you already know what to do. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow on all platforms. We building this thing up. You're going to see a whole bunch of different shows on the Epic Lounge Network other than just me. You'll see other people, and it's going to be dope. But just stay tuned for more of these Thoughts of Dizzy episodes, because I'm going to try my best not to disappoint. Anyways, until next time, peace.